Ever since Itadori Yuji joined Jujutsu Kaisen schooling, the main characters have been hyping up and preparing for this festival. Before we actually get into the festival, I want to explain what led up to it and why I liked it. So we have three first years: Yuji, Megumi, and Nobara. Megumi is the one who seems to know what's going on but doesn't like to emote himself, which creates a canonically sound reason for us to not learn about the festival and honestly the story at large as the series goes on. Nobara, similar to Yuji, is new and a little brash with a confrontational silver tongue, and Yuji is headstrong with a strong sense of morality. Before the festival, Yuji dies and comes back to life, but the rest of the group still presumes he's dead. This gives us room and an excuse to develop Yuji's character and strength independent from the other characters. Yuji was going out on missions and the other characters were still at school. While at school, they're confronted by third years. We come to see the raw power they have, specifically Todo and Mei. They completely demolish the first years. Todo in particular, we get a lot of screen time with him and Megumi. Before the fight begins, Todo asks what kind of woman Megumi is into, an odd but seemingly innocuous question. His own personal answer was a tall girl with a nice ass. While being played off as a joke, this does tell us a lot about his character. By asking this question, it tells us that Todo is very direct, honest, and has women on his mind. It also shows us he's looking for someone whom he can relate to, which shows us a more sentimental side. It shows us that he wants someone who can match his raw testosterone, or at least someone who could see things the way he does, quite literally. By his answer, we can infer he values physical prowess. This is seen in how he doesn't really use his ability. Megumi's answer reveals he's a more cerebral and sentimental person. This is the person Todo despises the most and goes all out against him. By his curses, you can tell Megumi is a support-based fighter and not a brawler. He's better suited for complex missions where he can stealthily hunt people down so he can do away with them silently and deftly. A stark contrast from Todo's style, which is very physically bombastic attacks which lead to raw and ferocious battles of will and attrition. This fighting style in a group-based combat is pretty disposable and doesn't offer anything unique, as defeating enemies is something that everyone else can technically do. On the other side, we're introduced to Mei and her sister's rivalry, which explodes in the exam. The second years protect the first years from the third years, and they have this frightening tension between them. A feeling that at almost any moment, something is gonna explode. This tension will be halted until the festival. Now they're focused on training for the festival, and they're doing so off-screen while Yuji goes out doing his own missions. Alright, so we're right before the festival. Once it's revealed to the elders that Yuji is alive, they order the third years to kill him. This ramps up tension even further. Todo, contrastly, isn't having any of it. He doesn't like the idea of being ordered around and leaves. Contrast this with Yuji. He accepts his role, acknowledging that he doesn't offer anything new. He takes it a step further, claiming he will not only buy time for his group, but he will actually defeat his opponent. I'm not sure if this contrast exists completely because Yuji is more cooperative, or it's there because the elders made a bad decision. It's kind of hard for me to tell right now. But yeah, I thought this contrast between Yuji's reaction and Todo's reaction interesting. The thing with brawlers again is that they don't add anything unique, so they can be seen as useless because they're so non-specific. But it's because they're so non-specific and don't offer anything really all that unique that they can just be plopped into any group without any major replanning. So as long as they're cooperative, they will invariably boost the strength of that said group. The festival begins and we can see just how far Megumi and Nobara have developed their strength since the first time we saw them. Yuji fights Todo. Todo was initially impressed but doesn't feel too strongly about Yuji in the first round. In their second match, it becomes clear that Yuji and Todo have the same simple-minded desires and appetites, the type of girl they like matched. They're both brawlers and radiate the same energy. Yuji's stemmed from passion to get better, whereas Todo's was just raw testosterone. He doesn't let it go to waste, thinking internally just how great of a fighter Yuji is. When he teaches Yuji the next part of combat development, he grasps it easily. Even the way that they understand things is similar. On the battlefield and in the art of cursed energy, they see things the same way. Upon understanding how cursed energy really flows, no more words need to be said. They communicated with their fists. They understand their mind, body, and soul are all one unit working in unison. This is a beautiful and manly exhibition. The raw, masculine energy emitting from these two is of that rarely seen in fiction. I get a pump just watching these two go at it, bro, it's crazy. Just from watching this fight, I'm sure I'm gonna wake up the next morning and be sore. This is the type of fight that makes you want to drop down and do 100 push-ups right there on the spot. But then again, I don't really need to work out because I'm getting a pump just watching this. I promise you, one day, I'll reach this level of raw masculinity. The other characters get some spotlight as well. The sisters in particular seem to be going somewhere with their plot, but I don't think there's enough info for me to really comment on yet. A couple episodes later, a villain, Hanami, shows up and everyone's battle is halted. This major threat brought destruction through the whole event. Everyone else was exhausting themselves, but Yuji and Todo were more so warming themselves up actually through their sparring. Perhaps they shouldn't have been doing this. Yeah, they probably shouldn't have been doing this. They probably shouldn't have been helping each other try and improve and trying to actually, kill each other, but this ended up working well for them. I'd imagine the villains actually planned it out in such a way that the students would be more tired from fighting each other, but Todo and Yuji were not tired at all. And coincidentally, they have the best matchup against him. Todo is generally uncooperative, but he's with someone who he can relate to, so he'll gladly cooperate now. The fight is epic. I could totally do a play-by-play of it, but it kind of just speaks for itself. There's nothing more I could really add on to it. Todo was teaching Yuji how to maximize his abilities in their sparring, how to properly harness his cursed energy. He taught him pure focus, resulting in Black Flash. It's due to this that Todo and Yuji can fight together as equals once Todo uses his cursed ability. The ability is simple. All he does is clap his hands and switch places with someone. But it's this exact simplicity that makes his ability work so well with his own simple fighting style. It helps accentuate their physical abilities and works well with another person who fights in the same fighting style you are, along with you. It's super hype seeing these two as best friends go at it, working together to fight him. Just a simple exchange of fists and they become friends. That's hype. I wish they got to finish him off, but oh well. Yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about. Nothing else in the show really piqued my interest yet, although I do find it entertaining. I'm interested in where the theme of living your life with no regrets goes, because that did seem like a major theme in the first couple episodes. And, those philosophical themes are stuff I can sink my teeth into more, so I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, I skipped a lot of stuff like the ending and like that panda fight, but this was just the stuff I thought was cool. I haven't uploaded it in a while. This was pretty cool, so I thought I might as well make a video on it. It's called We Have a Little Bit of Fun. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye.